next we're moving on with session 2. So the topic about emotional well-being for young doctors. So I'd like to welcome to do the presentation Dr. R.V.Asokan, past Honorary Secretary General Indian Medical Association, to please join us on the stage. And I request the Chairperson Dr. P. Ramakrishnan sir to please join us on the stage. I'd like to welcome Dr. N.R.T.R. Tyagarajan to please come and join us on the stage. And I request Dr. S. Karthik Prabhu to please join us on the stage, and also I request Dr. Aravind Sami to please join us on the stage.
We request Dr. Sridhar to introduce our speaker who is going to speak on emotional well-being, Dr. R.V.Asokan, past Honorary Secretary General of Indian Medical Association Headquarters.
Vanakkam Asokan sir, Valara Sugam Danne. So, he is son of two soils, born and brought up here, and now handed over in toto to the state of Kerala. So, we have a representative for two states from here to begin with, but today he is a national figure, having been the Secretary General of National I.M.A. in very troublesome period, nicely piloted the warship to safe shores during that period. Even much before that, personally, I had the privilege of moving with him. When I was the State Nursing Home Board Secretary, he was the Hospital Board of India National Secretary, and he was kind enough to attend all our meetings. He didn't miss a single meeting of the Nursing Home Board at Tamilnadu State. Thank you so much, sir. And it is very great privilege on my part to welcome you over to the dais and give you your valuable address.
Respected immediate national past president Dr. Leela, Dr. Hon'ble, Dr. Hon'ble, and other state leaders, president, secretary, and my dear postgraduate and undergraduate students. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here. Already Dr. Thiru has introduced Dr. Asokan. On my part, I would like to say that as a leader in Kerala and as a leader in headquarters, he has never raised his voice or he has never become emotional. He is loved by everybody, and in fact, he is the fittest person to deliver lecture on emotional well-being. May I request Dr. R.V.Asokan to deliver this lecture.
President of I.M.A. Tamilnadu State Branch, Dr. Palani, great leader of Indian Medical Association, the brain of Indian Medical Association, Dr. Arulraj, past National President Dr. Marthandapala sir, immediate past President Dr. Jailal, State Secretary of I.M.A. Tamilnadu State Branch, Dr. N.R.T.R. Tyagarajan, President-elect Dr. Sendamil Bari, President-elect Dr. Hon'ble, Organizing Secretary Dr. Arun Kumar, Chairpersons Dr. Ramakrishnan, N.R.T.R. Karthik. It's a great honor to be with you. I am quite impressed by the show. The importance of the moment is that this movement of young doctors and the medical students is perhaps even larger than Indian Medical Association itself. For my young brethren and sisters, let me tell you, Indian Medical Association was born the fire of the freedom struggle. It's part of our freedom struggle. It was formed to organize the doctors to take part in Indian in the freedom struggle of India. So we have a legacy and a burden to carry this organization in a way befitting the profession. The topic that has been given to me is emotional well-being of young doctors. emotional well-being of doctors or young doctors are connected to the situation in which they find themselves, for which they are not to be blamed. The anger and frustration of our youngsters is well understood by the Indian Medical Associations and seniors of the medical profession. I can only say Indian Medical Association is your second home. We are here to stand with you. We may not be able to solve all the issues, but believe us, through thick and thin, in darkness and light, we will stand with you. Indian Medical Association will stand with the young doctors and the medical students of this country. The core of the problem today is we have 612 medical colleges as of today. 612, perhaps the largest number in the world, churning out 91,000 MBBS doctors every year. Add on to the foreign medical graduates another 1,000. You have a lack of doctors coming out every year. And the government and the politicians tell us that there is dearth of doctors in this country. It is the greatest lie that they are perpetrating every day to inflict harm on the people as well as the profession. MBBS, nowadays, people try to call it as, oh, veru MBBS thana. Avare avladhaan padichirukara. One of the finest degrees in the world is Indian MBBS degree. Start from the selection process, the amount of stress that is undergone by a student to get into even a medical course, the amount of stress that is put up, the work that is put up during the course are unparalleled. Believe me, today I can very boldly say Chennai is a frontier of medicine, frontier of modern medicine. That clinical medicine is lost in West. That clinical medicine is alive in only few countries, and our MBBS degree perhaps is the finest degree which combines clinical medicine and the evidence-based medicine. The amount of stress that our youngsters undergo to graduate into a good doctor is the highest in the world. And once you get out of that MBBS, you go into a nowhere man phase. You are neither a medical student, nor you are accepted as a full-time doctor. Out of the 91,000 doctors who graduate, around 52,000 doctors get a postgraduate seat. Every year, there are 40,000 MBBS doctors who come out without a post-graduation, struggle the next 2 or 3 years, struggle financially, struggle emotionally, frustrated with the anger that they cannot express. Who has found a solution for this? We have at any point of time 1.5 lakh of young doctors who are unemployed, who sit with the books for their next selection process in the NEET. Is this not a waste of intellectual capital of this country? on how much stress these youngsters undergo in those 3 years, unsure of their career, unsure of their future, because MBBS is not valued in this country. Neither the government nor the society has provisions for an MBBS doctor. He is nowhere. So the race for post-graduation is an abnormal race in our career. And once you get into that post-graduation, even our seniors do not empathize with those residents. The hours of work that our residents put up, 36 hours, 48 hours, without break, has to be addressed, has not been addressed. Their living conditions, their financial support, and by the time in this long career, they also get married. They have a family to look after. The financial insecurities during that period. I think there is no other profession which undergoes a bigger stress during this evolving period. To add on to our own stress, the government adds additional stress. It is taking away the identity of an MBBS graduate. See that every system is mixed so that you are devalued. The mixopathy in principle is not a theory. Mixopathy is a word coined by Indian Medical Association to note that all systems of medicine are being mixed. They call it integrated medicine. Can you believe in 2030, India will not be producing doctors of modern medicine? There will be only medical colleges of integrated medicine, where all systems will be taught together. This is a great devaluation of an Indian doctor inflicted by the government and the system. The stress as the residents, and once the stress after residency, where do you fit into the system? The opportunities in the government sectors have closed because there are no more opportunities available in the government sector, no expansion. And even if they appoint for 9 months on ad hoc basis throughout the country, again inflicting stress and uncertainty. There is a huge case for Indian Medical Association to identify with the young doctors and their emotional well-being. No amount of counseling is going to relieve this emotional blackmail that we ourselves inflict on our youngsters. The first thing is to recognize that there is a problem. The second thing, that I.M.A is a platform where all these stress could be let out. I.M.A has to expand into the horizon when starting from for the students where they can have their academic excellence, for the people who are waiting for their postgraduate selection. There has to be academic coaching. Our leaders like Hon'ble have done excellent work in this space. There have to be free knowledge available for our youngsters to appear for NEET postgraduate examination. And even after that, even if you become postgraduate students, the understanding with the government on how the residents should be treated. There is a document, how the senior residents, how the junior residents should be treated. and this has not yet been implemented in any of our institutions. It's the duty of Indian Medical Association to provide solution to the resident doctors of the country. Resident doctors of the country are frustrated with the working conditions, with the workplace violence. They are the face of the medical care, and they are the first persons to encounter violence either in the emergencies or in any of the situations. So resident doctors associations throughout the country are localized to the colleges. It's for the JDN of Indian Medical Association to work with all the resident medical associations of the country to find solution to the issues of the residents throughout the country. After that, the job opportunities are shrinking inside India, outside India. We see young doctors working for 1 night, 2 nights, 3 nights, only as duty doctors for pittance. There is no safety or security for their job. This is an important area that has to be covered. This is in private sector. In the government sector, they don't have opportunities. The job market has not increased. In the private sector, the MBBS doctors are treated as trash. And our boys and girls work on daily wages. These are important issues to be addressed by Indian Medical Association. One of the important ideas that I.M.A, the development of idea is to the credit of I.M.A Hassan, to open out vistas to the overseas for our young graduates. There are places where they have examinations, help our youngsters systematically, institutionally, by having a separate department in Indian Medical Association for our young doctors to go abroad. Wherever there are exams, we will help them with the exams. We will help them with their other formalities. Wherever there are no exams, there are huge opportunities in African countries. So like maybe Cuba, it will be the want of Indian Medical Association to supply healthcare doctors across the globe. So this is an important idea that I.M.A has brought. We have worked on this. It has not fructified. But I am sure with the organization of the JDN, I.M.A, we will be able to implement certain very important things. Provide a knowledge bank. Provide coaching for our NEET aspirants. Provide data of employment within the country. Provide job opportunities across the world. Provide assistance for our medical doctors to emigrate. All said and done, the young doctors are angry, frustrated. It needs to be addressed. The emotional well-being of young doctors will not go away by words, will not go away by professional counseling. The emotional well-being of our doctors, young doctors, is linked to providing solutions. Indian Medical Association should provide solution to the young doctors. As a right step, the first step is to organize. First to organize. Believe my young brethren and sisters, there is no platform like Indian Medical Association. There is no platform. You can do anything with Indian Medical Association. Anything is possible. Organized under Indian Medical Association. whatever are our aspirations in the profession, in your career, for the health of the nation, the instrument of Indian Medical Association will be at your beck and call. Again, I repeat, Indian Medical Association is your second home, is your second show. If today we are on this side of the platform, it will be this young brigade which will lead the profession in the coming years, in the coming decades. And in the 400th century history of modern medicine, the identity of modern medicine has never been questioned like today. We need to take up this challenge. We need to take up this challenge because it is linked to the future young generation of doctors. Today's leaders of Indian Medical Association owe to the younger generation to stop whatever issues are there right now that are being inflicted on the young generation of doctors, so that our young doctors grow into the next medical profession of this country. Thank you for the opportunity and wishing all of you the best of luck in your career.